Hi friends, this is Susie, your Candy Crush Guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 2394, where we have 25 moves to clear out 37 jelly and reach 37,000 points. So, here we go. This is a lot to deal with, because before we can get to the jelly, oftentimes we have to get through these licorice cages and marmalade. Actually, I don't think the licorice cages are hiding any jelly, but if we don't bust through here, it's going to be very difficult for us to make those matches and specials that are going to help us. It's particularly important on this board because we've got these little fingers here, and it's tough to reach in there, especially below where they're double thick. I mean, gravity helps us, but still, they're double thick. So we've got to strike twice. And that means we are going to need to try to amass a nice grouping of specials. Here I can reach directly in there, so I will. Always looking for that. I tend to make moves low to the ground to encourage cascading, but first look to the top to see if there are some really cool moves I can make that will disappear if I make a move low to the ground. I was hoping the blue would work into something. I knew I was collecting some of them, but I thought maybe. Alright, so let's see. That's good. Let's open this up. You know I want to put this with something. Wrapped candy would be exquisite. Anything would help. So I'd love that stripe. It's just so tough with the way things are currently structured. There we go. And blue is a great color for this. So if anything's going to help me, a move like that is what's going to set this up. Now this is my 8th playthrough for recording purposes. This is kind of a tough level. So I have 11 to remove in 12 turns and some good things to set up. That means that I'll probably get pretty close, if not completely done, by the end. Which means if I do get pretty close and I'm not able to complete it, I will strongly consider using boosters to help me. But until then, I need to try to make the best moves possible. It just feels like everything's almost ready to be put together and not quite. I know taking this out will help with these two. It doesn't help with this, but I've got a whole string here that I need to worry about. So I need to try to get something in this column anyway. I don't have a lot of moves over here to make. So let's look about coalescing some of the colors. If I don't have a lot of orange on the board and I can take out the orange, then that might allow me to create opportunities with everything else. But the only orange I can take out is this one here or this one here. This one here does almost nothing for me because those orange are so isolated anyway. And up here, it does almost nothing for me because there's no opportunity for cascade. Now red is another color that's not very prevalent on this board, so let's take out red and see what can happen. Here we go. I know it's going to be kind of stuck in the bottom, but I can still match it with a color. We know color bombs beget color bombs and other specials. So I think this is going to be the best move. I'm going to contemplate here. 6 moves, 5 jelly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish I could scooch this over. Is there any way I can do that? If I dropped this green down, but in order to do that I have to get rid of the purple. When I get rid of the purple, that blows. It really blows. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to do this because I think I can still get some traction here. I can clear these out. These will still be stuck. Well, 2 of them will be stuck. But that's manageable, right? How can I get rid of this to get the red to group? I'd need a stripe along here. If these 2 were reversed, this would be kind of perfect. This is what I consider one of those fussy levels where you have to contemplate everything. Yeah, I don't see a way to get this gone, or, to get a red. It would be perfect if this weren't here and there were a red here, but Perfection is not something we often deal with on this board. So we'll take out what we can and then work on what we can't. And if it doesn't work out, I'm going to use my boosters. Because in my opinion, that's why we have the boosters. I'm not able to create anything over here, so I have to look over this way to see if there's anything magical to create. I don't have a good setup for color bombs. I can make a stripe and maybe get it paired up with a wrapped. If I do this to try to create a color bomb, I'd still need 2 turns to activate it. So that's not going to help much. So making moves around here and hoping that maybe a wrapped candy shows itself. Just making chaos. Alright, that didn't work, so I'm going to use my boosters. I'm going to go low first, just in case this allows something to break free and help me here. Didn't think it would. And that's how I beat level 2394, with 2 boosters at the end, because when you get a relatively lucky board and you can clean it up with just a modicum of help from boosters, that's what I recommend. If you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.